Hello everyone and welcome to Mobility Academy. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and today I am with my friend Luca.
Hi.
Together we are going to show you a beautiful exercise to stretch your shoulders and to improve your overhead flexibility. Okay, so the ability to stay with your arms overhead, okay? All you need is a weight and a bench. But before I start, let me ask you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you'll never miss one of my next videos. With that said, let's start. This exercise is called the bench pullover, and it's a really simple exercise. There are two main variations, the bent arm variation and the straight arm variation. Now, let's see how to do it. You need a weight, okay? You lie down with your back on the bench like this. You hold the weight in front of you like this, so neutral grip. Your palms should face each other like this one, like this. Okay, you wanna like arch a little bit here your lower back, not that much, not a very big arch, just a very little arch. You wanna squeeze your glutes here and extend your hips, like if you wanna move your hips away from the bench. Okay, just this kind of activation here. Also a slight contraction of your abdominals, just to ensure everything is in place here. Okay, so everything is in place here. You keep your chest in, so you wanna like push your chest against the bench as if you wanna like dig a hole in your chest, okay, like this. Then you bend your arms. The first variation is the bent arm variation, and from this position here you hold this position here with your chest, so chest in. You protract your shoulder blades, so you drive your shoulder blades away one from each other, okay, like here. Okay, you hold that contraction, really a flat line here. As you can see, his ribs are not popping out of the bench. They're strongly pressed against the bench. Okay, so chest in, ribs in here, straight line, flat line here, a flat line here. Then from this position, bring the weight behind you, driving your elbows. Think about your elbows down. As you drive your elbows down, don't open your rib cage. Keep your rib cage in. You stop there 2 seconds and then you come back. And you can repeat for 6 to 10 reps. Okay, so you go down, you stop there 2 seconds and you come back. And you repeat. You go down, you reach your max level of stretch, 2 seconds and you come back. As you can see, he's not moving his rib cage here. Okay, so down again, 2 seconds down and back up. Okay, on the last rep, maybe for example after 5 reps, when you do the 6th repetition, you drive your elbows down and you hold that position for a little bit longer. For example, 10 to 15 breaths, trying every 3 to 5 breaths to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Okay, so you hold that position 10 breaths, for example. You try to keep your rib cage in, so here your rib cage and your chest are really in, a flat line here, activation of the glutes, slight arch here on your lower back, abdominals in, and then you come back in the starting position. Okay, you should feel a good sensation of stretch on your lats here and also on your triceps here. Okay, when you go into the stretch, then you remain there a couple of seconds at each repetition, but on the final one try to remain in the stretch a little bit longer. From 10 to 15 breaths is what I suggest you do. Okay, so this is the bent arm variation. Now the straight arm variation is slightly different, because you start with your arms straight, but you should keep the exact same technique of the bent arm variation. So chest in, rib cage in, squeeze the glutes, drive your hips up just a little bit a little arch on your lower back, abdominals in, you just contract your abdominals a bit. Then you keep your rib cage in, and with your arms really straight, you do the exact same motion as before. You start feeling the stretch on your lats, you drive your shoulders towards your ears, you keep your elbows locked, you reach your max level of stretch, and then you come back. Of course, you want to remain in the stretch for 2 seconds at each repetition, and on the final one, so you can do 6 to 10 repetitions. Then on the final one, let's assume this is the final one, you remain longer in the stretch. You want to ensure that you feel a very good stretch, you can control the stretch, you remain there, 10 breaths, and then you come back. Okay. Also a little bit less here because the straight arm variation is really hard. So these are, I mean, like 4 kilos, something like that. You want to make sure that the weight you use in this variation isn't too much that you can't control it, okay? You want to control the weight at all times during this stretch. So it's crucial that you can control the weight. So start with a very little weight, maybe also 1 kilo, 2 kilos, something like that, and then increase the amount of weight you can use as you get better in the stretch, and you can like use more weight. You need to feel that the weight is helping you getting deeper into the stretch rather than resisting it, okay? So this is the straight arm variation of the bench pullover. Alright guys, so that's all for the bench pullover, a wonderful exercise to stretch your shoulders and to improve your overhead shoulders flexibility, and more in general your shoulders flexibility. This exercise is really good because as you can see, if you pull your chest in and you place your hips correctly, there are very few compensations you can do in this exercise. So you'll feel a very deep sensation of stretch in your lats and in your triceps as you go into the stretch. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button or leave me a comment if you have any further questions. Thank you, Luca, for showing us this amazing exercise. Have a nice stretch and see you in the next video.
Bye bye.